Hello, my name's Paul Haig. I'm restoring a Lotus Elan Series 2 1966. Quick shout out to loyal viewers Textbook and Jake. And also a massive shout out for Graham Maplebeck of Retford Auto Finishers, who has put the top coats on this car and has done an amazing job. I've put the light pods in just to protect them. They fit in pretty simply with there's just two screws either side. They actually rotate on the screw threads, so they lock into this part and they rotate in the bobbins in the body. So I've put those in already. He's painted all the black inside the shell as well as the colour. I've just sat the boot on the boot seal just because it's a safe place to put it really, and I've fitted the bumper, which just fixes in with two screws very simply. I'm going to fit the window frame in a moment, but there we are. It's fantastic. What a job. I'll take a little bit of credit myself for doing up to the primer stage, but Graham is clearly an artist with a spray gun. It's just fabulous. The doors just safely put on one side for the moment, and some of the black parts. Sort of gone for a slightly matte finish, satin finish really, and I've put the bonnet up on some hooks, brackets on the wall just to keep it safe. Got some more parts stowed down here on the floor as well underneath this table. So the battery box and the Airbox parts. This is the windscreen frame. It slots in as you can see. Like that. When it's fitted properly, it will be sealed down. So there's a watertight seal on the front edge. I'm just doing a dry fit just to make sure everything was working before I attempt to seal it down. So I'm just going to slot some of the screws in. This is holding with two screws. This one goes into a bobbin, this one has a nut on the rear side. So Series 2, I believe the Series 1 only had one fixing in here. I guess they added another one for strength. And then you can see these series of screws which will get nuts on the underside. This is the Airbox plenum, which fits directly underneath the air vent. So air comes in the top, and there's a fan unit that fits at the bottom, so it brings fresh air into the car through the heater. And fixes in with three fixings which go in these three fixing points. I've just put this new underfelt sort of sound deadening material in, so see if we can get this fixed in. There's a rubber grommet here which is for the outlet, so if rain comes into this, it can escape through there, drops down onto the ground. screws goes up here. And just above the gearbox bell housing. This is the inside of the wiper motor, so I've just unbolted this cover. You can see it's got an electrical connection to that part, which is separate and can move from the cover. So it's got a sort of worm drive here, so the motor drives that shaft, turns around this, which obviously rotates that crank, which pushes this coil up and down this section here, and it's got a metal contact there which rubs on this part, and you can see in that area there's no metal, so it breaks contact. So that must be the self-parking bit, and it's adjustable on this frame, so you can adjust where it self-parks. That arrangement inside this wiper motor, it drives this wire which has got a coil wrapped around it. It looks like a spring. It drives it up and down this tubular arrangement, which has got these wheel boxes, which are where the windscreen wiper is attached. So as that wire is pulled backwards and forwards, it turns the wheel box, which operates the windscreen wipers. The two wheel boxes poke up through holes just in front of the windscreen. They have these rubber fittings which go over, which sets the angle of the windscreen wiper blades. Okay, so I'm going to try and fit this. Could take a while. These are the pedals, so clutch and brake, and this is the accelerator which slides onto this tube. I've put some lubrication inside it. This pivot for the end of the pedal box fixes on the frame. So this should feed into there. The two master cylinders, one for the brake and one for the clutch, fix on here, and they attach to the brake pedals. So this has a pin through the pedal which operates the master cylinder. So this larger one of the two is for the brakes. You might think it would go here, accelerator, brake, clutch, but in fact the brakes operate a lever at this end, so looks wrong but is correct. Okay, so those are the master cylinders in place. So there's the pedal box in place, or pedals. Accelerator. Pivot on this side here. This is the brake, which is operating the master cylinder on this side, and the clutch. And these bolts go through and hold both the pedals and the master cylinder. Then there's some return springs up here. Return springs which bring the pedals back, and it fixes just at the top up here. I've got the wrong type of bolts, I'll have to replace those with the correct ones. And then the pedal boxes, wheel boxes for the wipers are also in place now. And the wiper motor right over there. And they just come past the airbox with very little clearance. Okay. These are where the wheel boxes come through for the windscreen wipers, and I've also put this mesh grill in place which just slots in through some little holes, just clips in place. First few bits on, hope that was interesting. Thanks for watching, bye.